All right, get ready to dive deep today
Deep
to
into.
yin and yang,
Oh, yeah.
as described in, well, a pretty amazing text,
Hmm.
The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine.
Classic.
And you wanted to get a better understanding of Chapter 5,
Okay.
the great treatise on yin and yang's correspondence with the phenomena
It's not a tag.
from the section called Basic Questions.
Right.
So we're really going beyond just the surface level
Beyond the surface.
to uncover how these,
Yeah.
seemingly opposing forces, yin and yang,
Okay.
shape our health, our emotions, and the world around us.
Right. Yeah.
So get ready for some
Yeah.
aha moments.
Uh-huh.
I think you're going to have them.
I think so, too.
I did, for sure.
It's fascinating
Yeah.
how this ancient text goes beyond just, like, simple duality.
Yeah.
It's not just black and white. It's this complex interplay that's fundamental to understanding the universe and ourselves.
Okay, so let's dig into that interplay. I'm curious about how the text describes
Yeah.
this constant transformation between yin and yang.
Right.
I mean, it's not like a light switch.
Definitely not.
Is it?
No, it's more like
Yeah.
the text uses some powerful imagery.
Okay.
For instance, it describes how extreme cold can eventually give rise to heat and vice versa.
Oh, wow.
So it's this constant push and pull,
Right.
a dance between these two forces that creates balance.
That makes me think about
Yeah.
like how we talk about finding balance in our lives today.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, is that kind of what the text is getting at
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
this idea of yin and yang?
What they're talking about.
I think it's definitely related,
Okay.
but the text goes, I think, deeper.
Deeper.
It connects this balance to our health
Right.
and well-being.
Mm-hmm.
It suggests that when yin and yang are in harmony within us,
Okay.
we thrive.
Yeah.
But when they're out of whack, that's when illness can take root.
That's so interesting.
Especially, considering we're talking about a text that's thousands of years old.
I know.
It seems like they were already recognizing the mind-body connection
The mind-body connection, yeah.
back then.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
they get very specific
Okay.
about how this plays out in the human body.
Interesting.
The text maps yin and yang onto everything,
Everything.
from our organs
Okay.
to our emotions, even our senses.
That's what I'm really curious about.
Yeah.
How can something as abstract
Totally.
as yin and yang
Like, how do you even...
relate to something as tangible as our liver
Yeah.
or our sense of taste?
Well, the text creates a very detailed system
Okay.
of correspondences.
Mhm.
It associates each element with specific qualities.
Right.
Like, for example,
Okay.
the east is associated with wood,
Okay.
the liver, the color green, anger, and even a sour taste.
Wow. It's all
Yeah.
all interconnected.
Okay, wait. So you're saying that
Yeah.
my tendency to get hangry
Okay.
and crave sour candy might actually be linked to my liver?
It's not quite that simple,
Okay.
but the text does suggest
Right.
that an imbalance in one of these areas can create a ripple effect throughout the system.
Okay, so it can kind of
It's all connected.
throw things out of whack.
Yeah. And speaking of imbalances,
Yes.
the text goes into this fascinating discussion
Yeah.
about the 7
Mhm.
damages and 8 benefits,
Yeah.
which are essentially factors that can impact the balance of yin and yang within us,
Okay.
especially as we age.
7 damages and 8 benefits.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That sounds a little ominous.
Yeah.
I'm guessing those aren't just about eating
Mm.
your vegetables and getting enough sleep.
Well, those are definitely part of it.
Okay.
But the text delves into a much deeper understanding
Okay.
of how our lifestyle choices
Mhm.
and even our emotional state can
Yeah.
either nourish or deplete our yin and yang,
Yin ki.
which is the vital energy associated with yin.
Okay, so are they saying that this yin ki naturally declines as we age,
Yeah,
and these damages just speed up the process?
exactly.
Okay, and what about the benefits?
Yes, the benefits are presented as ways to
Are they like the antidotes?
counter the damages,
Okay.
promoting longevity and vitality.
Right.
It's actually quite intriguing
Okay.
how they describe the different stages of aging.
Okay.
Like, for instance,
Yeah.
at 40, your yin ki begins to diminish,
Oh, no.
impacting your energy levels and overall vitality.
Okay.
By 50, your body feels heavier
Oh, God.
and your senses start to dull.
Wait, hold on. This is
Yeah.
getting a little too real for me.
Okay.
I'm not even 40 yet.
Well, you've got some time.
Okay, but what happens at 60?
Well, I'll tell you.
I need to know.
The text suggests that by 60,
Mhm.
your yin qi is significantly depleted.
Oh, no.
Which can lead to various changes.
Like what?
Your vitality weakens. You might experience issues with your senses.
Right.
And even, a sense of emptiness in the lower body.
Real.
While the upper body might feel congested.
Oh, wow.
But don't worry.
Oh, okay.
The text also offers a roadmap.
Oh, good.
For navigating these changes.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
But how exactly does it suggest we combat this decline?
Right.
Does it give specific instructions on how to
It does.
boost our yin qi in age gracefully?
It emphasizes aligning with the natural rhythms of the universe.
Okay.
It even mentions the sage's approach to life, which emphasizes tranquility and finding fulfillment within emptiness.
Right.
In many ways, it echoes some of the principles we find in modern mindfulness practices.
So it's not just about,
Yeah.
like, popping some ancient herbal supplement.
No, it's not about a quick fix.
Yeah.
It's about,
Adopting a way of life
a way of life.
that promotes balance and harmony.
Exact.
I'm starting to see how this ancient wisdom is still relevant today.
It is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's another fascinating concept in the text that speaks to this interconnectedness between us and the universe.
Good.
The idea of right-left body asymmetry
Asymmetry.
and its relation to celestial directions.
Okay, now that sounds really intriguing.
It is.
That's the connection between our bodies and the cosmos, according to the text.
It suggests that the concentration of yin and yang
Right.
in different parts of our body
Okay.
influences our strength and acuity on each side.
Oh, wow.
And it links this to the celestial directions.
Okay.
For example, because heaven is deficient in the northwest.
Right.
The northwest is yin, and therefore the right ear and eye are not as sharp as the left.
Wait, so they're saying that my right side is weaker because of
Well, because of...
cosmic geography?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
That's wild.
I know, right?
That's pretty out there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've gone
from
talking about sour candy to cosmic asymmetry.
That's right.
This is a lot.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Wow. Okay.
There's so much more to uncover in this chapter.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground
We have.
in this first part of our deep dive.
Yes.
So let's
take a little break.
take a short break, and then
You can come back.
we'll come back and delve even deeper
Right.
into this fascinating world of yin and yang.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, my mind is still reeling from that last bit
Oh, yeah.
about cosmic geography in our bodies.
It's pretty wild.
But before we get lost in the cosmos,
Okay.
let's come back down to Earth for a minute. You mentioned that the Yellow Emperor's classic gets really specific
It does.
about how imbalances in yin and yang
Yeah.
can manifest as different ailments.
Yes.
Can you give us some examples from the text?
Absolutely. It's not just about
Yeah.
having a general sense of feeling, out of balance.
Yeah.
The text connects specific imbalances to
Right.
specific health issues
Okay.
based on the correspondences we talked about earlier.
So, like, how anger is associated with the liver.
Right. Exactly.
What are some other examples?
Well, let's take the emotion of sadness.
Okay.
The text links sadness
Mhm.
with the metal element in the lungs.
Okay.
So if someone is experiencing,
Right.
prolonged sadness or grief,
Yeah.
it could eventually manifest as respiratory issues,
Interesting.
according to this framework.
That's interesting. It makes me think about
Yeah.
how we often hold our breath
Yeah.
or sigh deeply when we're feeling sad.
Right.
It's like our bodies are instinctively reacting
Yeah.
to those emotions.
Exactly. The text seems to be acknowledging that connection.
Yeah.
And it works in the other direction as well.
Okay.
Physical ailments can impact our emotional state.
Right.
For example, an imbalance
Right.
in the water element associated with the kidneys is linked to fear and anxiety.
So someone with chronic kidney issues might be more prone to anxiety.
That's what the text suggests.
So it's like a two-way street?
Precisely. The text doesn't see the mind and body
Right.
as separate entities.
Yeah.
They're interwoven, constantly influencing each other.
Yeah.
This actually makes me think about how the text describes the
Yeah.
concept of thick and thin flavors
Okay.
and their impact on yin and yang.
You're going to have to explain that one.
Okay.
Because I have no idea
Yeah.
what thick and thin flavors even mean in this context.
It's a bit different from how we typically think about taste.
Right.
Thick flavors, according to the text,
All
are
right.
those that are heavy, rich,
Okay.
and tend to be more grounding.
Okay.
Think of foods like meats, nuts, and root vegetables, they're considered to have a more yin quality.
So thin flavors would be the opposite.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thin flavors are those that are lighter,
Right.
more expansive, and often have a stimulating effect. Things like leafy greens, fruits, and pungent spices.
Okay.
They're associated with yang.
So how does this relate to health and imbalances?
Right.
Is the text suggesting that we should only eat certain flavors
Well,
depending on our condition?
it's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
The text emphasizes that both thick and thin flavors are necessary
Correct.
for a balanced diet.
Right.
However, if someone's experiencing an imbalance,
Oh, yeah.
adjusting the proportion of these flavors could
Right.
help restore harmony.
So it's about adjusting the proportion.
Yeah, like for example, if someone is feeling sluggish and heavy, which might indicate an excess of yin,
Right.
incorporating more thin flavors
Okay.
into their diet could be beneficial.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like using food as medicine,
exactly.
which is a concept that's becoming more popular these days.
It is. It is.
And speaking of using different approaches to address imbalances,
Yes.
the text talks about the importance of aligning with the seasons as a way to maintain harmony.
Yes.
It even gets into specifics about
Yeah.
how our bodies change with each season.
It does. It's fascinating.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this seasonal connection.
Okay, so for example, in spring, the yang energy is rising.
Okay.
Everything is blossoming and growing.
Right.
The text suggests that our liver,
Okay.
associated with wood and spring, is particularly active during this time.
Okay.
So it's a good season to focus on supporting liver health
Right.
and managing anger,
Okay.
which is also associated with the wood element.
So what would that look like practically?
Yeah.
Should I be doing anger management workshops?
No, not necessarily.
In the springtime.
It's not about that.
Okay.
The text is more about being mindful of the energy of the season
Right.
and adjusting our lifestyle accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So in spring, that might involve eating more
Yeah.
light and fresh foods,
Right.
getting more exercise outdoors, and focusing on activities that promote renewal and growth.
So it's about aligning ourselves
Yeah.
with nature's rhythms.
Exactly.
What about the other seasons?
Right.
What kind of adjustments would be beneficial?
Well, in summer,
Oh.
the yang energy is at its peak. It's a time for warmth,
Okay.
activity, and outward expression.
Okay.
The text suggests that our heart,
Okay.
associated with fire, is most active
During summer.
during this season. So
Okay.
it's a good time to engage in activities we enjoy,
Yeah.
connect with others, and express ourselves creatively.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like summer is the season for letting our hearts shine.
it is. It is.
And what about autumn and winter?
Right. Well, autumn,
Yeah.
associated with the metal element and the lungs,
Okay.
is a time for harvesting and letting go.
Mm-hmm.
It's when we start to turn inward,
Okay.
prepare for the colder months,
Yeah.
and release what no longer serves us.
Right.
The text suggests that we can support this process by eating grounding foods, slowing down our pace,
Okay.
and reflecting on the past year.
And winter.
Yes.
It's usually a time when we hibernate and indulge a bit more, right?
It can be.
Yeah.
But from the perspective of the text,
Okay.
winter, associated with the water element and the kidneys,
Right.
is a time for deep rest and introspection.
Introspection. Okay.
It's a season for conserving our energy, nourishing ourselves with warm and comforting foods, and going inward for reflection.
It's interesting how the text provides this
Yes.
framework for understanding
Yeah,
how our bodies and minds change with the seasons.
it is.
It's a reminder that we're not separate from nature.
We're all connected.
We're a part of it.
Yeah.
And our well-being is intimately connected to its rhythms.
And speaking of connections,
Yes.
let's circle back to that concept of
Yeah.
right-left body asymmetry.
Symmetry.
And it's linked to the cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how heaven's deficiency in the northwest is associated with the right ear and eye being weaker,
Right.
but the text also mentions a corresponding asymmetry
Oh, right.
related to the earth.
You mentioned that the Earth is deficient in the southeast.
Yes.
What does
Yeah.
that mean for our bodies?
Well, according to the text, because the earth is deficient in the southeast,
Okay.
making it yang,
Mm-hmm.
the left hand and foot are not as strong as the right.
Interesting.
It's like a cosmic balancing act.
Right.
Where the weakness of heaven on one side is balanced by the weakness of earth on the other.
So it's not just about individual asymmetry,
Right.
but rather a reflection of a larger cosmic balance.
Exactly. The text is emphasizing the interconnectedness of everything.
It's a reminder that we're not isolated beings,
Yeah.
but rather integral parts of a
We're all part of it.
vast and interconnected web of life.
Yes, this web of life.
And this brings us back to the importance of understanding and nurturing the balance of yin and yang within ourselves.
Right.
And in our relationship with the world around us.
Absolutely. This deep dive has been so illuminating.
Yeah, it has.
It's amazing how this ancient text offers such a rich and nuanced understanding of health and well-being.
It is.
And it's inspiring to see how these principles can be applied to our modern lives.
I agree.
We've covered so much ground today.
We have.
From the subtle interplay of yin and yang to cosmic asymmetries and seasonal wisdom.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
I feel like I have a whole new perspective on how to approach my own health and well-being.
I'm glad to hear that. And we still have more to explore.
More.
Let's take a short break and come back to uncover even more gems from the Yellow Emperor's classic.
Welcome back to our deep dive.
Deep dive.
Into the world of yin and yang.
Yeah,
we've
in a journey.
Explored some fascinating concepts from the Yellow Emperor's classic.
It's a fascinating text.
Of internal medicine, from the interplay of these opposing forces to their connection to our body's emotions and even the cosmos.
And we've seen how this ancient wisdom offers a really holistic perspective on health and well-being.
Absolutely.
Emphasizing the interconnectedness of everything.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has been.
So far.
Yeah.
But there's one passage that we haven't touched on yet that I find particularly intriguing.
Okay.
The text mentions that heaven has essence and earth has form.
Okay.
What's the significance of that statement?
Yeah, that's a great question.
In the context of yin and yang.
That's a key insight into the fundamental nature of these two principles. Heaven, representing yang, embodies the intangible, the ethereal, the essence of things. Earth, representing yin, is associated with the tangible, the material, the form that things take.
So it's like a cosmic blueprint.
Yeah.
Heaven provides the essence, and earth gives it shape.
Exactly. It's like the formless potential of heaven meeting the grounding reality of earth, giving rise to all the myriad forms we see in the universe.
And the text goes even deeper.
It does.
Stating that heaven has 8 celestial markers. And earth has 5 earthly principles. Which together create all things.
Yeah. It's a beautiful way of describing the creative process, the interplay between the unseen and the seen.
That's fascinating.
It is.
But how does this relate to us?
Good question.
As humans?
Do we embody?
Yeah, do we? Both of these principles.
Embody both.
That's exactly what the text suggests.
Really?
We have a physical form, our body, which is rooted in the earth, the yin. And we have a spiritual essence, a consciousness, which is connected to heaven, the yang, our health and well-being, according to this framework.
Depend on maintaining harmony between these two aspects.
So it's not just about balancing the yin and yang within our physical bodies, but also about aligning ourselves. With these larger cosmic forces of heaven and earth.
You could say that. It's about recognizing that we're not just isolated individuals, but part of a grander scheme.
A grander scheme.
Interwoven with the fabric of the universe. And that our well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of the planet and the cosmos.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
It is truly mind-expanding. It's a whole new way of looking at health and well-being.
I agree.
One that goes beyond.
It goes beyond.
Just treating physical symptoms.
Exactly. And it's empowering.
Yeah.
Because it suggests that we have agency in shaping our health by making choices that support both our physical and spiritual well-being. Choices that align us with these natural principles of yin and yang. And the rhythms of the universe.
I think it's a powerful takeaway.
It is.
From our deep dive.
It's not just about understanding these ancient concepts intellectually, but also about embodying them. In our lives, finding that balance within ourselves and in our relationship with the world.
I agree. The Yellow Emperor's classic.
It's more than just a text.
isn't just an ancient text.
It's a guidebook
Yeah.
for living a more balanced and harmonious life, a life that acknowledges the interconnectedness of everything and the profound wisdom of nature.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
Filled with moments and profound insights.
Yeah, we've covered a lot.
We've explored the dynamic interplay of yin and yang.
Right.
Their influence on our bodies and emotions.
Yes.
The importance of aligning with nature's rhythms. And the cosmic dance between essence and form.
It's amazing.
I feel like I've gained a whole new appreciation for this ancient wisdom.
Yeah.
And its relevance to our lives today.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Diving deep with you.
Absolutely.
Into these fascinating concepts.
Yeah, and remember, this is just the beginning.
It is just the beginning.
Of the exploration.
There's so much more.
There's so much more to uncover and discover.
Within the pages of the Yellow Emperor's classic.
I'm definitely inspired to keep learning.
Good.
And I hope our listeners feel the same way.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
On this deep dive into the world of yin and yang.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
Keep seeking balance.
Keep seeking balance.
And keep in mind.
Keep in mind.
The profound wisdom that lies within
these
ancient teachings.
I agree.